Hey everyone, and welcome back to the homestead. I am Nadine, and it is a brand new year. Happy New Year! I hope you guys have all enjoyed your holidays and are welcoming in this new year on a good foot. I know I haven't seen you guys in a few weeks because honestly, I just take a break around the holidays. I don't want to say that I get busy, but I like to enjoy my holiday with my family and just take that time to really be present with them, enjoy my kids, enjoy my husband, and really just focus on my family. So I hope you guys don't mind. I hope you didn't miss me too much, but I am back and I am very excited for this new year. So thank you guys for understanding and being patient with me as I kind of just enjoyed my holiday and spent my time with my family. But like I said, I am back and I am excited to share some things with you guys. So this video, I'm probably just going to do a lot of talking. I just want to give you guys kind of a rundown of what I want to do this year, some of my ideas, some of my goals. And then I also realized that I never gave you guys kind of a wrap-up video of my feed room and the part of the garage that we enclosed. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a tour of that and show you how that turned out, because it has been a game changer this winter. So I want to give you guys a little tour of that. So with all that being said, let me go give you guys the tour first and show you how that all turned out, and then give you guys kind of a rundown on what I'd like to accomplish this year. So if you guys are new here and you haven't seen my video on the feed room or the garage close-in, I'll leave a link up here for you guys to access that, and you can take a look on how it was before and how it is now, and kind of how we came to this finished product here. So let me show you kind of an overview, and then I'll give you a tour. So here is our garage. This part of the garage over here used to just be an open carport. There was like a solid back. I'll show you this side here. The very back of it was a solid wall, and then there were a couple pillars here, and then it was just all open. And honestly, it was just a really big mess. It kind of became a drop zone for a lot of farm items, our feed bins, hay, so on and so forth. And I really just wanted to get things cleaned up. And so we found these panels. These are actually shipping crate panels that we found on Facebook Marketplace. The guy was selling them for $2 a piece, and for plywood, that's $50 a pop right now. I thought that was a steal of a deal. So we went and picked up a bunch of them, and we used them to close in this carport and make it a functioning garage and feed room. So I believe in my last video, I made mention that we had a couple like detail and finishing touches to do on this project. One of them was the paint scheme. I did end up going with the red and white like usual. Everything around here is red and white, and simply just because it's the paint that we have, and I didn't want to buy any new. So just using resources that we already had to save a few dollars and make these projects last. None of this wood was treated, so getting it painted really quickly was really important, so that during the winter months it wouldn't become saturated with moisture and basically rot out before we even got a chance to really enjoy this project. So I did hurry up and I made sure I got everything painted. I did decide to paint these inner one bys red to kind of hide them, and I think it turned out really well. The door I painted white. This is my feed room, guys. I was originally going to do some wood paneling down here with like a window on top. I think it's been a while since I've done my video. I might have originally planned to just do the wood paneling all the way up, but my husband found this free piece of plexiglass that actually fit the space perfectly, and so we just have this window that goes the whole length of the door, which honestly it works out perfect because now I have some natural light in my feed room. Eventually, my husband wants to run electricity on this side of the garage and get a light in here for me, so at night I have a better way to see things. Right now I'm just using a flashlight at night, but most of my feedings happen in the morning, so that's really not a huge necessity right now. And this window paneling really adds a lot of natural light into this room. So hopefully there's enough light. It is getting to be evening here. It's almost, I think, 5 o'clock here, and it gets dark about 5:30 now. So hopefully there's enough light that you guys can actually see inside my feed room. All right, welcome to my feed room, guys. So this feed room has this wall and it goes all the way back to the main wall of our garage. It is open across the top, but we put some hardware cloth to keep the birds out of here if they get in through the doors on the other side, or these there's some openings here that I still need to close up, but they go the whole length of the carport here, so those need closed up yet, but we did this to keep the birds out. And then this space back here is all of my hay for my rabbits. It holds approximately 15 square bales, which is more than enough to get us through most of the winter and the spring and summer season before I have to stock up again. And then I have these wood braces that go across the top. This is where I had all of my insulation panels stored for the rabbitry. They all fit up there perfectly, up and out of the way. And then right now during winter, if you guys saw my winterizing rabbitry video, I'll add it up in the top corner here for you guys. I had to take the fans off of my rabbitry, and I just have them stored back here with some, we just got some baling twine and some eye hooks or eye bolts just to keep them pressed up against the wall there, and it worked out perfectly. I do have a nest box in here and some miscellaneous feed bags that I wanted to keep for selling. Rabbit manure is a really great fertilizer for your garden. You don't have to wait to compost it. You can just add it right in, and it adds a ton of great beneficial nutrients to your garden. And so I wanted to offer it as a possible product that our homestead here can provide to our community, because I have so many rabbits. I have, I think, 12 adults right now and about 17 babies. So we get quite literally a truckload of poop every week when I clean out the rabbitry. So I figure this is going to be a really great resource for our homestead to sell to our community and help improve other people's gardens this year. So that's why I have all of these empty feed bags laying around my feed room. Another feature of this feed room is this cabinet here. It used to be in the chicken coop, and it holds all of my lime, Saturday lime, and various other things for my chickens. We've got some extra feeders. I think these are, yeah, the lids for the feeders. I've got my fly traps in here because you don't need them during the winter. And then I just put some miscellaneous garden stuff in here until I had finished my greenhouse, which I still have a little bit of work to do on that, but, and then our pond fish food as well. And then just making more use of the shelving down here. These are the shades for my rabbitry. They're all cleaned up and folded for next year. A bucket for feed. And then some spreaders for my diatomaceous earth and lime. And then I have my 3 trash cans here. These are aluminum trash cans that I picked up from Lowe's. And I use these to hold my feed for my animals. So this one has my quail food in it, along with some sunflower seeds. And this just helps keep the critters out. This is my chicken feed. And then this one, ooh, this lid's really hard to get off, but this has my rabbit feed in it. And then for the rabbits, I just use a bucket to haul it out there because they use so much of it. And then just some miscellaneous birdseed. This is chicken scratch. And then I have some hooks here for baling twine, my apron for working with my rabbits, mask for cleaning the coop out, and I guess our hummingbird feeder made it in here as well. So that is my feed room. Having everything localized in one place for my animals has just been a game changer. It has made everything so neat and tidy, which I absolutely love. And it just gives everything a place, which makes my brain very happy. I don't know about you guys, but I like things being neat and tidy and everything having a place to go. So this project really just kind of sent me through the roof with joy, because it has been a game changer in the way I manage all of my animals here and keep track of feed and bedding and everything else that I use for my animals here in my homestead. So I am so glad that this was a project that we were able to complete last year, and I'm going to get a ton of use out of it for a long time. So this was definitely a beneficial build for our homestead. Now, since we were already closing in the back corner of the carport, we went ahead and finished off closing the entire carport and put some doors on the front so that my husband had a place to store his old Ranger that he's working on restoring. And so this is what the carport looks like on the inside. So here are the doors that my husband made for the carport. We tried to match it, but we did end up having to buy some new paint, and the paint that we had, we bought 7 years ago, and they no longer made that specific brand or color, and so we tried to match it, and it just didn't work out quite so well. So we're gonna have to go over next year and just blend it in a little bit better on the paint job. But the biggest thing was just that it got painted and sealed and protected against the winter weather. All right, so the wood's a little bit swollen from the dampness of winter, but my husband has his Ranger in here. He parked his bike. And then along the walls here, I made some storage units out of these little cubbies for various things that we use for building. So extra wood, T-posts. Hopefully you guys can see back here. It's getting a little dark. We've got extra 2x4s and lumber scraps that we can use for various projects. And a gutter piece. I have all of my extra wire here for cages. And then up here for longer lumber and building pieces. And then I wish you guys could see this. I might need to get a flashlight. All right, I figured out how to turn my light on for you guys. So this is the wood hutch that I made mention that I'm going to be building, or wood storage unit. And I just built this out of pallet pieces, and I use it to store all of my extra lumber pieces from building. These are from the boys' playhouse that we pulled down, extra fence panels, some, I don't know what these are, 2x2s, 3x3s, just various pallet pieces. And it just really keeps all of my lumber scraps nice and neat and tidy and in one place instead of all over the place. And then on this back wall here, this is the feed room wall. Right now we just have some extra rabbit cages in here, a roll of flashing, extra just scraps and things. And so yeah, this has just made a nice little way to organize some of our scrap building supplies, all of my wires in one place now. You can see a little bit better how I just did a scrap piece of wood across the front and attached it with a nail to keep some of our 2x4s. because all of these little scraps are actually really useful for some smaller projects around the homestead. And with lumber prices the way they are, it's not worth throwing these little scraps that are useful away. Stuff for the garden until my greenhouse inside is finished. And that's really it for this carport section. Like I said, it's really mostly my husband's Ranger storage, his bike storage, and then just a little bit of extra wood and miscellaneous storage in here. But again, it's just really nice to have a place for all of these miscellaneous things that didn't have a place before. It really just cleaned things up, made it more presentable, and easier to find the things that we need. Like, I think my T-posts were in like 6 different locations when I rounded them all up, and now they're in one place, which is great. So I love little projects like this that really just organize the homestead, make it functional, and just pleasing to the eye. I like to make things beautiful as well as functional. So this is really just a great addition to our homestead this year. So with that little tour of the feed room and the carport done with, I just kind of wanted to sit and talk with you guys about my plans for this year. I do have a couple unfinished projects that I need to finish before I tackle anything else. I'm still working on the quail hutch that I started last year. I finally have everything painted on it, so now I just got to put it together. So look for that video in the near future. I'm going to be working on that here in the next couple days. My greenhouse, although it has a roof on it and all of the walls and windows and all of that are done, the inside still needs done. We're going to be building like a workbench and some shelves and other things in there for organization so that I can grow in there this spring. I'm super excited about that. I can't wait to share my greenhouse specific plans with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun this year working in there. And then I do need to finish mulching my garden. As you can see behind me here, the majority of it is mulched, but I would still like to mulch this area back here where I have my dwarf fruit trees. And that way it's just a little bit easier to maintain. It's less area that we need to mow and weed whack. And it'll help maintain the moisture levels back here for the trees. And then one other project that I need to do is I want to finish this fence line back here because we do get a lot of deer activity in that backfield. There's actually a farmer right behind this hill here. And they love to just go back and munch on his crops. So we get lots of deer through here, and I really want to protect my fruit trees and garden from them. So we are going to finish this fence line back here to really just finish off this garden area. And then I think that's pretty much it as far as unfinished projects go for 2022. And then my goals for 2023. So my goals for 2023 is a lot of just improving on what I already have. There's not a lot of new things going into our homestead. I think I have most of my systems in place, but there are some tweaks and some improvements that I do want to make. So I do want to get some rain catchment systems set up around my garden and maybe where the chickens are and the rabbits to help with water consumption around here. There's a couple things that I want to clean up in my garden. I'm going to be removing this brick wall down here. I still have this small like flower garden along this fence line that I want to pull out and get rid of because it was more mess and hassle than anything else. So that's got to go. I'd like to add a couple more grapevines in my garden this year. And then I really want to hone some of my skills in this garden. I'm still very new to gardening and I'm learning so much as I go. But I really want to like hone in on some things this year. So the last couple years, I've kind of just, my first year in this specific garden that you guys saw, you can see a video, I'll link it up here for you guys on how I actually built my garden beds. It's a whole playlist of videos for you guys. You can check those out. But that first year I was so focused on actually just getting the garden set up that by the time I got to planting seeds, I just kind of wung it and grew whatever I had on hand, which worked out really well. I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot, and I grew a ton of tomatoes and I learned how to can tomatoes. And so it was just a really good year. Last year, I tried to plan a little bit more and focus more on the things that I actually, that my family actually consumed, and that worked out really well. But now I want to hone that even more and focus even more on those things that we actually consume and the things that I want to can to preserve for the winter or ferment or dehydrate or all of that stuff. I want to really try to expand my knowledge base in this garden this year. So there's some things that I grew last year that I'm not going to be growing this year simply because my family didn't use it and it ended up going to waste or to my chickens. And if it went to my chickens, in that case, it wasn't wasteful. But so I do want to, like I said, really hone some of my gardening skills this year. And then what I'm really excited about this year is I want to try doing cut flowers. It's not going to be huge. You don't have to go all out when you start something new. But I do want to do a small cut garden to maybe sell some roadside bouquets this year. So last year, I don't know if I made a video of it or not, but I pushed back my chicken run to be flush with the chicken coop. And then I put some garden beds here that we're going to be replacing this year as well for them. I grew greens in here and some tomatoes because my chickens really love tomatoes. And so like this was their chicken garden. But now I have this space here that I really want to utilize for cut flowers. I think I can fit maybe 6 rows here and just grow some beautiful flowers that I can sell as bouquets. And then I also want to utilize the space here along the carport as a garden area as well. But this is a very shaded area, and so this will be more shade flowers, whereas this is all open sun. So this is going to be more sun-based flowers versus shady. I think the addition of some cut flowers on our homestead is not only going to attract some really great beneficial insects and birds, but it's just going to add another level of beauty to our homestead. I not only want our homestead to be functional and provide food for my family, but I feel very strongly that it should be this beautiful, welcoming place. The Lord's creation is just so profound. It's so beautiful, and I just feel his presence here so very much with just all of his nature. And I am so excited to add some flowers to our homestead this year to really, I don't want to say magnify on his glory, but I don't know, there's just something about flowers. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to this year is, you know, honing my skills in my vegetable garden, adding some beautiful flowers that I can bless other people with and just bring a little bit of joy to the people in my community with some fresh cut, locally grown flowers, as well as, you know, wrap up some of these projects that I've been working on. And I'm really excited for this addition, my greenhouse. I'm going to do a whole separate video on that for you guys later, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview on what I wanted to accomplish this year. The other big thing that I'd like to really do this year is not only sell like the roadside bouquets, but I would love to sell some fresh produce from my garden along with those bouquets. So anything extra that I have, I would love to offer my local community some homegrown produce if I produce enough. That's the big thing. So we'll see how I can plan out my garden this year, how much I can actually grow and fit in this space, or even just as part of my greenhouse, just sell some started plants. Our local, Our local places that usually sell started seeds have been so outrageously priced, and I don't know, maybe that's par for the market, and maybe I'll lose a little bit of income from lowering my prices. But if I can bless my community with some, like I said, some organically grown starts, some organically grown produce, some beautiful flowers, then that's going to be more than I could ever dream of. I just want to bless the people of my community with something that they can enjoy. And I hope that I bless this community with everything that I'm learning and everything that I'm teaching you guys. I do want to focus more on teaching you guys the skills that I've learned. I hope that I've done that very well over the last couple years of being with you guys, that I've shown you how I've set up my homestead, and just really encouraged you guys to step outside of your comfort zone and show you that it can be done on a small scale. You don't need acres upon acres upon acres to homestead, which, I mean, that's very helpful with certain things, you know, owning larger livestock and whatnot, but you can grow and raise food for your family on a small scale. And I hope that that message has come across to you guys and you have enjoyed my content and it has been helpful for you, because that's my biggest goal with all of this, is to, one, provide food for my family that I know where it came from. I know that we are self-sufficient, and that regardless of what's going on in the world, my family is taken care of. And two, encourage you guys to do the things that you're dreaming of doing and might be scared or uncertain or unsure that you can even do it with what you have. So here's my encouragement for you guys that got me started on my own journey. The Lord told me to do what you can with what you have right where you are. So if you're thinking about homesteading, if you're on the edge, if this is something that's really pressed heavy on your heart, I want to encourage you with those words today. Do what you can with what you have right where you are, and you just might surprise yourself with just how much you can do. And as always, I'm here if you have any questions for me. I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner, and I'm here to help as best I can. So if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I love interacting with you guys. I love hearing from you guys. And I just, I want to encourage you that you can do it too. So not to get off track, but I hope that encourages you. And I'm so excited for this new year. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I'm so excited to just have this chance to be an encourager for you guys, and teach you as I go along on this journey myself. So thank you guys for being with me here today, for going on my little feed room tour. I love my feed room. Thank you for joining me. And I'm excited to just see you guys throughout the rest of this year. So I just pray, if that's okay, I'm just going to pray over you guys for a minute. Lord, I just thank whoever's watching this video. I thank you for them. I thank you for their heart. And I thank you for everything that you have placed on their heart. And I pray that you give them courage and wisdom and understanding to step outside of their comfort zone and do whatever it is that you're placing on their heart, whether it be homesteading or slowing down to be that stay-at-home mom, or pursue a business opportunity, or just whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, I pray that you give them courage, wisdom, understanding to just go for it this year. And Lord, I bless each person here for their support over me and my family and our homestead journey, because I just wouldn't be where I am today without them. And so Lord, I bless them for being an encouragement and a supporter for me as well. And I just bless you all in this new year. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Alrighty guys, well, it is getting dark and I'm starting to get very cold. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to grow where you're planted.